Hello there, welcome to Sargi on Screen on the 14th of September 2020. For those of you that follow my Instagram page, Sargi Reviews, you will have seen over the last week that I reviewed RoboCop. In fact, I reviewed the original RoboCop and the reboot. So I reviewed both of these. This one I gave 10 out of 10 and the reboot I gave 6 out of 10. And ratings and reviews are like film in many ways, that they're very subjective. And I don't give a lot of 10s out because it has to be a really incredible film for me to give it a 10. But I did that with RoboCop, the original, so I just want to talk about what makes it so good. So for me, I first experienced RoboCop as a kid. Probably shouldn't have been watching it because I must have been 10 or 11 at the time, and it was an 18. But I loved it. I loved the action in it. And even as a child, I think I got that emotional connection with what happened to him, and I felt empathy with Alex Murphy. So I loved it as a kid. I would quote it, and there wasn't many people that I knew that got on or understood what I was quoting when I'd walk around school saying, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." But I just loved the action in it. And I watched it over and over again. There was a few films like that. There was that, Commando, and a few others that I really watched over and over again. And for me, it stood the test of time. When I watch it, the excitement is still there. When the theme tune kicks in, I still get goosebumps. So the measure of any film like that is I can watch it over and over again. And as an adult, I still love it to the same degree, but I notice different things and I appreciate different things about it. And for me, that is a sign of a really good film or one of your favourite films, if it stands the test of time, if it journeys with you through your life. But what makes it so great? As I hinted at before, there is an emotional investment early on in the film. With Alex Murphy, you get that emotional investment because of what happens to him. You feel empathy, you feel sorry for him. But it's not just a thing where he is a victim and something bad happens and then it's over. Through the life that he has, he really continues to be the victim, haunted by what happened. And there's a great sense of loss that we can all identify with. That he's there, but he's not there. That he is existing, but he can't go back to what he had. And I think as I've grown older, I appreciate the acting more. There's some quality performances all the way through the film. And it's hard to pinpoint any individual. But there's just, I believe that those actors are those characters. And it helps that I haven't seen many of them in many different films as time's gone on. There's a few, but the majority of them I associate only with that film. And the characters are brilliant right throughout, from Murphy and Lewis to Morton and Dick. They just play great and they all feed into it. But ultimately, I love the character of Clarence Boddicker. I think he's one of the best bad guys in cinematic history, if that makes sense. The thing is, he is really bad. And you see that continually through the film. So the antagonist, in this sense, really comes to the fore because of all that's happened to our protagonist. It just builds up beautifully, and you want to see that confrontation. You want to see justice done. But it's not just them two, as I said. There's other players into it that are a bit more nuanced and a bit more ambiguous of how good and bad they really are. But with Murphy and Boddicker, you really get the good and the bad. And it's beautiful. It's so well acted, and he's got that smugness that is just really good. And ultimately, we journey with Murphy through the film, and that we just long for that revenge for those who have wronged him, have robbed him of everything. And that he has to witness and live with that each day. So those are some of the things that I really love about it. But the action as well is great. You know, it's got a Western style feel to it in many ways in terms of the shootouts. But it's just so good. And also the world that is created. We get the TV shows that run continually through it, the products that we see advertised, the news. So rather than just dropping you into something, you feel immersed into that world because of the cars they're driving are the ones that you've seen advertised. There's catchphrases from TV shows, and all of these different things create a world that you are now part of. And those are just some of the reasons that I love RoboCop and the things that I think make it so great. If you have any comments, if you agree with me, if you disagree, then just let me know in the comments below. Until next time, have a great day.